When they were born, it was literally day by day. We didn't know if they were going to survive.
I'm Amy Morgan, this is Drake, and my husband is Justin Morgan. Drake was born 2.5 months early. He was born at 29 weeks and 6 days. He was born due to a pregnancy complication called the HELP syndrome, and he weighed 2 pounds, 10 ounces, and he was 14 inches long. He spent 43 days in the NICU.
And so that's why we're here tonight, because of these kids and so many others. We know Kiwanas loves kids, Christus loves kids, and those of you here also tonight, you love kids. And we've invited you to join us tonight to celebrate kids. I'm Kay Barnett, Executive Director of the Christus Oxner Southwestern Louisiana Foundation. We want to bring our histories together tonight. Kiwanas, Southwest Louisiana, 100 years. It will be a great birthday bash tonight. And our Christus ministry with St. Patrick Hospital, Lake Area Hospital, and now Oxner, 111 years. So here's how Christus has helped shape Lake Charles and how Lake Charles has helped shape Christus. 1866, Texas, an incredibly large state at the time with huge growth, was under a single Catholic diocese with Claude Dubuis serving as bishop. Traveling on horseback throughout Texas, Bishop Dubuis saw illness, disease, and poverty of staggering proportions. He turned to his native France to seek help. 3 sisters came on the ship called the Tybee. They endured weeks of high seas and a hurricane, but finally arrived in Galveston, founding the Congregation of the Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word, and opening Charity Hospital, which was the first Catholic hospital in Texas. There was a major yellow fever epidemic. 1,000 people lost their lives. 4 more sisters came from Lyon, France, arrived to help the sick, and Charity Hospital at that time was changed to St. Mary's Infirmary. Now, Dr. John Green Martin would go over from Lake Charles, who was the president of our local medical society, and help Bishop Dubuis and the sisters. And so he came back and said to Monsignor Herbert Kramer's rector of Immaculate Conception Church that they needed to start a hospital here. And then our congregation responded to those needs and built St. Patrick's Sanitarium in 1908. Now we're known as Christus Oxner Health Southwestern Louisiana. And our mission is the same, to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ, and that continues today, with very exemplary healthcare services in many areas, cardiac care being one of them. The first open heart surgery was performed here. We've been known as the Heart Hospital in our region during that time, and our Regional Heart Center, through a generous donation, was dedicated as the John and Sylvia Stelly Regional Heart Center, and is now a certified primary stroke center, an accredited cardiac receiving center, and the only chest pain accredited facility and cardiac center of excellence in Southwest Louisiana. The sisters were also our fundraisers in the beginning. They would knock on doors of families they thought could help, asking for donations. I heard they got 100% of donations. I wish I could take a sister with me every time I did a fundraising call. And our foundation was established in 2005 because patients and their families thanked us for taking care of their loved ones and wanted to give back. The foundation is governed by a board of directors who represent the cultural diversity and values of Southwest Louisiana. 3 years ago, a capital campaign, Healthcare and Hope Here at Home, with a match from our health system of over $14 million, was raised to invest in advanced technology for our cancer, cardiology, and neuroscience programs. And many of you may have supported that, and we thank you. Now, with a $1.6 million donation, we are focusing on raising funds to expand our technology in women's health, children's services, and new cancer programs through the newly established James W. Gardner Breast Center. And nearly $500,000 has also been raised for new technology for infant and pediatric services. So now, let's get down to it and talk about the kids.
My name is Allison Schnocky, and I'm the director of the Children's Miracle Network. We have been the exclusive Children's Miracle Network affiliate hospital in Southwest Louisiana since 1987. Millions of dollars have been raised for children's healthcare technology, programs and services like a transport isolette, giraffe beds, portable and radiant warmers, and more to treat infants born prematurely and with special needs. With the addition of Christus Auctioner Lake Area Hospital to our ministry, we now have a complete maternity service line, including labor and delivery, a level 3 neonatal intensive care unit, and a pediatric therapy program called Kids Team. So how does the Kiwanas Family Fund fit into our mission, and why is this important? Our CMN fundraising is focused on raising funds for critical life-saving equipment for our hospitals. The Kiwanas Family Fund is focused on helping alleviate expenses for the families whose children are treated in our hospitals. It's important to understand that the majority of babies in our NICU are born prematurely. They may also be born with special needs. Imagine expecting to have your baby in December and all of a sudden you're giving birth in September, 10 weeks before your due date. You may not have had a baby shower yet, and if you did, you surely didn't receive preemie diapers. Here's a quick story from one of our moms whose child was in the NICU at Lake Area for about 3 weeks.
Of course, we didn't expect, my husband and I, that Drake would come 10 weeks early, so there were lots of added expenses that we weren't prepared for and we didn't have planned for. Like him staying in the NICU, we didn't expect that our child wouldn't come home with us after he was born, so we lived about a little over 30 miles from the hospital, so just the gas from the commute, and of course, we wanted to spend as much time with him as we could, so the expense of food, eating out a lot as well, and it just would have been nice if we would have had some resources to help us out with those expenses that we didn't think that we would have.
And the unexpected expenses far beyond the first year of their child's life, like adaptive car seats, special feeding supplies, and even mobility equipment to help children with special needs walk and run and play. The Kiwanas Family Fund will assist families who find themselves faced with difficult financial situations like these and more. We are so blessed to have one of those special families with us to tell a little more about their story. Please join me in welcoming Jill Cromplin, mother of Logan and Mason, to share a little of their story.